Hey everybody, it's Danny again. We're going to look at a little bit of an independent coordination kind of a thing. A couple of emails, well, messages anyway, about that one beat that's got the and I guess a lot of people don't really like that. So what we're going to do is show you kind of how to get to that point. We'll get right into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off running quarter notes on the bass, the snare, and the ride. And then we're going to progress from there. So on the bass drum, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have my snare turned off, so it's a little bit easier to hear. So you're going to want to do, like I said, the quarter notes on the bass drum, 1, 2, 3, 4. And at the same time, you're going to want to run them on the snare. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to want to run all these quarter notes at the same time on the ride, the snare, and the bass. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's where we're going to kind of start with this. It can be a little tricky if you're a beginner, which is what these lessons are geared towards. So you need to practice this a little bit if you don't have that coordination down yet. Again, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the problem is that most people, when they try to do something different with their left or their right hand, the opposite hand is going to want to follow it. So if you're doing what we just kind of demonstrated, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you want to do this with your right hand, your left hand is going to want to do the same thing. And that's where the practice comes in to get this independent coordination down. Like I said in a couple other videos, Marco Miniman, man, he's got this nailed. If you want to see independent coordination at its finest, you know, check out Marco Miniman's video. Can't talk tonight. But anyway, what we're going to do to practice this is start with running quarter notes on all three faces. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to want to do with your right hand, and it's probably going to sound nasty in the beginning. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. While you're running the quarter notes on the bass and the snare. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. 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 Like I said, most people, their hands are going to want to follow each other. So if it sounds kind of like this, you have to work at it to keep this hand in the quarter note beat. I really don't know how to explain it, but if you focus and you concentrate on keeping this hand doing just 1, 2, 3, 4, no matter what this hand is doing, you will get it. It may take a few days, it may take a week, it may take 2 weeks, but you will get it. And eventually what we're looking to accomplish is this. 1, 2, and again, the way to start this is just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's going to teach your hands to work independently. Also, I had a couple of messages about how you get the speed. And to be honest with you, there's a little bit of a bounce involved there, but I don't know if you can see my hand, but when you're doing it, there's more than one way to do this, and if you want to check it out, that's fine. But the way that I do it is I use these three fingers right here, not the ones actually grasping the stick, but your last 3 fingers. And I close them up like this. And again, this will take a little bit of practice, but once you're working at it, you'll see that it'll go from to, and believe me, you can even get faster than that. I'm no whiz at this. For the music that I'm playing now, I'm able to do what it is that I need to do, but there are a lot of guys that are a lot faster. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So basically you're playing eighth notes on your ride with your right hand or left hand, depending on which hand you are. But the trick is to keep your quarter notes in time with your bass and your snare. And remember to count, because counting is going to keep your brain working, and you're actually working against each hand. And it's kind of unnatural, but once you get it, you've got it. And it just takes practice. So I don't know of any easier way to achieve this. This is not the way that I was taught. The way that I was taught just seemed to be, I mean, ridiculous. I was told to work off the ride first and then add in the bass and the snare. But it seems to me that if you're working the bass and the snare at the same time, you've already got 2 of your limbs squared away. Now you're only actually trying to fit in 1 as opposed to fitting in 2 while you've got your first one squared away. So I hope that makes sense. It does to me, but you know, I know how it works in some people's minds. It doesn't. So to recap, just get these 3 limbs going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I mean, just to start with, you can even do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 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 3, 4. And that'll start to teach this hand that it's got to forget that you've got another hand. And it really is tough to do, but don't get frustrated, because nobody, well, I shouldn't say nobody, there are prodigies out there that just, through whatever they've done in life, have this independent coordination stuff down. But a little bit of practice, a little bit of concentration, and that's the key. And counting. You need to count it so you're not all over the place. You've got to really count and concentrate. And trust me, it won't take long. You'll be able to do this. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Any problems, questions, complaints, threats, just hit me up, man, and I'll answer you. I do, everybody. Thanks.